He shat into his own overalls, flicked them up on top of his helmet.
Hello, welcome to the podcast. This is Not For Radio. We are your hosts, Dunc and Hyde, Jay Reeve. Caution, there will be some swearing. Just want to take this moment to thank new sponsors that have come on board. Not for a short time.
No.
For a long time,
Very
baby.
long time. This is great to have the team from Classic Builders, a company which was started in my hometown of Mount Maunganui. I actually taught one of the owner's sons. Gregor Cooney is actually a weapon of a human in his own right, and you can see where he got it from. His father is one of the slickest operators that there is. They built a great partnership, and now are throughout the entire country putting roofs over people's heads and creating spaces where dreams can be made. So it does mean a lot to have a sponsor of this caliber on board, and we take it really seriously. So I hope we don't let them down. Oh God,
Mate, well they've been doing the complete opposite of letting people down for 30 years in New Zealand. They've got the national muscle, they've got local tradies employed right across the country. So yeah, we couldn't be more pumped to align with a company with more similar values to ours, which is epic. She's a big old podcast today. Jeez, we've got a lot to get to.
Yeah.
If you hate your boss, geez, there's a little bit of a spirit animal to play for you. I don't know if anybody else can pull it off the way this guy did, but he just gave his boss an absolute serve after like an 8 cent an hour rise or something. We go deep into Jay's surf park as well. For those that are new to the podcast, Jay and a few of his friends are building like a man-made surf park in New Zealand, which is awesome. I'll ask you the difficult question for you to answer. How many waves are you catching?
It's pretty easy. I can count on less than one hand at this stage, so it's pretty sweet.
2 of the better war stories we've had in ages, and a couple of ripping audio messages too.
Yep. So if you are keen, click the link in below and send them in. We're giving away some of our money can't buy Not For Radio hats and an update on those hats as well.
Enjoy the podcast.
Attention snipers, gear up and hold your positions. It's time to load up some war stories, your tales from the front line, brought to life. Prepare to fire.
This fucking have a go at this. I just had to look at this person where they're from, and it's cool. I was like, you being serious? So this story is from James in the UK, but he lives in the Forest of Dean.
The Forest of Dean.
Yeah.
Sounds like
a fucking cool last name. So the Forest of Dean is a major ancient woodland and geographical region in western Gloucestershire, England, situated between the rivers Severn and Wye.
Sounds like a suburb they walk through on Lord of the Rings.
Is this guy a centaur?
As a former royal hunting ground, it offers extensive walking, cycling and heritage sites, including the Puzzlewood Sculpture Trail of Beechenhurst. Fuck, that sounds pretty cool. Anywho, cool place to live.
Nice.
Fucking wicked. Sounds like you got mad hunting in there. 110 square k's of mixed woodland. Bring out the hounds! Okay, this one here. Hi, fellas. Boy, oh boy, do I have a good yarn for you, including some of the best nicknames. My name is James, and I'm 19. You can call me James, because that's my fucking name. I'm a beef cattle farmer now. My nickname is Forrest, like Forrest Gump. My nickname came from a shooting weekend I had with a few mates, and I got shot in the ass by a air rifle, like Forrest Gump, and had to get the pellet out with some mole grips. I'm getting like a set of pliers.
Long-nosed pliers.
So I was with a few friends of mine. I'll call them Dave, the toilet roll holder, and Mike, Stig of the dump, because that's their fucking names. Now I'll explain. Someone actually messaged me through, and they're currently printing name fucking badges that can be used at corporate events.
I think I saw that.
Dave is a farmer like me, age 23, but looking about fucking 53. He was fucking around with a straw baler and got his hand trapped in it, and it turned on and ripped his fucking hand clean off.
Oh, shit.
I was going back to what the fuck is his nickname. So anyhow, he has a hook for a hand that looks like a toilet roll holder. Fucking James, you miserable fuck. Oh God.
That's so good.
Now, Mike is a mechanic and races stock cars, and when he races, he looks like Stig from Top Gear, and he took a shit with his helmet on and overalls, but didn't have any of them all the way down. So he shat into his own overalls, flicked them up on top of his helmet.
He's like catapulted his turd onto the back of the white Stig helmet. Oh, that is amazing.
Stig of the dumb. Fuck, that's good. And that's not even the story. It's just their nickname.
It's just explaining who they are.
So one evening, Mike turned up. He'd just bought a new project car, so we started to rag it around the fields at my farm. It was fucking good doing donuts in a field full of sheep with your best mates. I was driving it when all of a sudden the steering wheel came off in my hand. Now, I panicked and immediately pulled the handbrake up. Now, I can't remember quite what happened next, but I do remember waking up at the foot of a tree with 2 dead sheep inside the car and one buried in the windscreen, the other in the back of the car. Both my mates have no idea how I ended up outside the car or how I'm still alive. Anywho, love the podcast up the was. Lots of love from sunny England. Fuck me, James, that's a roller coaster.
Elite. First of all, elite.
Yes, that's what they see. This is this is the next door to going into Knuckles at Country Trucker Caps. Is these fucking decorated stories.
But so second thing. So did he say what was the car?
Nah, just the paddock basher.
Okay, so imagine being in a paddock basher. Insert yourself into a real life version of that scene in The Lion King when Mufasa gets stuck in the antelope stampede or whatever it was, and you're fanging along. Then you start to hit animals. 3 animals, 2 somehow end up behind you, and 1 stuck in the windscreen, and you manage to eject. Like that's a lot of traffic going through the front fucking windscreen.
And he's at the foot of a tree, so I wonder if he went back through the windscreen after fucking collecting them through it, like a whale shark scooping up a krill. Shit.
Hey, boo. Hey, you want to jump? Nah, boo. I want Jay and Dunc from Not For Radio. Oh, yeah, boo. Moon.
Okay. Can I this bit's longer than I'm about to play here, but this guy is my fucking spirit animal. This is for every person listening that's ever felt like punching their boss in the face.
Last night, my phone starts ringing. I take a look. It says pendejo number 2 is calling me, which means my supervisor is calling me after hours. So, of course, I am not picking up the phone. Text message, Junior, it's an emergency. Junior, help us out. Pictures, videos, all over a broken fire sprinkler pipe, okay? They got a major issue on their hands, and they don't know where the cutoff valve is, okay? And I'm not saying 1 because I don't give a fucking 2. I just got an 80-cent raise 2 weeks ago. This knowledge worth way more than 80 cents, huh? And yes, I'm petty as fuck. Today I come into work. That said supervisor is waiting for me with his 2 little henchmen. Oh, Junior, oh my God, we were calling you last night. It was an emergency. You didn't answer the text. Why didn't you answer? I was like, you were calling me in an emergency? He's like, yes. I'm like, what number were you calling? And he says, my number. I was like, that's the problem. That's not the number that you call in case of an emergency. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, everyone knows that the number that you call in case of an emergency starts with a 9 and ends in a 11. You don't fucking call me. He's like, oh, Junior, that's so unfair. I'm like, no, it's not unfair. You didn't include me in the emergency fund money when we were talking about raises 2 weeks ago. You gave me 80 cents. 80 cents does not equate to the amount of information that I know, and you're my supervisor, right? He's like, yes, I'm your supervisor. I'm the authority figure here. I was like, well, if you're supervising someone, you should know the exact same information that that person knows. That person should rely on you for information, not the other way around, huh? How can you make more money than me and no less than me? This doesn't make any sense, which brings up a very important question for yourself. If you find yourself ruling, supervising other people, make sure that you know what you need to know, and you don't find yourself depending on an asshole like me that's going to remind you how fucking stupid you actually are, okay? And he says, oh, Junior, we offered you a promotion. I was like, you offered me a trap. You offered me an extra $3,000 a year for an extra 10 hours a week. How the fuck does that make sense? I already don't like you. If I have to spend another 10 hours a week with you, you, I would probably hate you and myself for allowing myself to put myself in that fucking situation. So a promotion is not really a promotion. It's a trap. You're not letting me live, and every single second that I spend here, every single fucking minute, I'm not any happier. So why would I do that to myself? He's like, oh, if you're not happy, you know what you got to do. I was like, yes, I got to tell you to fuck off. And that's what I'm doing. So you can fuck off. You could tell HR. I know you're going to say you got to go to HR now. No. Fuck HR too. I'm not going. I'm taking a mental health day. I'm having a mental breakdown right now. Oh my God, my head fucking hurts. I'm going to go see a doctor. And you know what they're going to tell me? Yes, you had a mental break. And I'll bring that paper in, and then there's nothing that you can fucking do about it. So fuck off, okay, Phil?
That is textbook. That's how you run it. That is how you run it, man.
So fuck off, Phil.
There was we were talking to these lads over in Australia that are semi part. I won't say that they're part of the wave park, but they're in a subsidiary group which is part of this wave park development that we're doing. And they were talking about exactly that over in Australia. They run these big construction companies, and they're on the eastern coast of Australia where there is a significant amount of swell, and they employ a significant amount of surfers. And there is a set amount of mental health days that you're allowed to take, which are not dictated by any real rule set or any sort of doctrine on what has to classify as a mental health day. So whenever the surf is fucking pumping, these guys go, I'm taking a mental health day. And you go, you can't, you're going surfing. And they go, there is, and so they've got this fucking thesis that someone wrote over in Yale that basically talked about the mental health benefits of surfing, and it outweighs any other sporting pursuit.
Really?
Like by a fucking country mile. So they're just like, boom, bitch.
Fuck you, Phil.
That is a university paper, well, like a thesis, which has got somebody their doctorate talking about the mental health benefits of surfing. So if you have an issue, I'm going to have to take an additional day just to get over the trauma of me having this conversation with you. It's been circulated everywhere through Australia, this thing.
Really?
Yeah, because I think it's...
They need to do one for fishing.
Yeah. You could probably get, you'll find anyone that can write it. Someone would have written one on spearfishing. I know that for a fact.
Something about being in the water, right? It's just so good for the soul.
Well, it is. You can really start playing on the positive ions which come from only being in salt water, which is part, you pull pieces of the thesis out of that. It's an individual pursuit which is enjoyed as a collective. It enables you to be surrounded by people in which you love whilst doing something physical, which increases the endorphins and increases the serotonin and blah, 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 blah. You cannot deny it. But fuck me, it'd do your head in as a business owner.
There's 365 days in a year.
Yes.
How many waves do you reckon you catch a year?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Fuck all. Fuck all.
How many, give us a number, individual waves you catch. For a bloke that loves surf, this actually hurts my soul. To know that you don't get enough surfing in. Surfing is your fucking thing.
Yeah.
Bending, surfing.
Yeah.
Fucking J. Reeve.
I can tell you how many of the latter two I get in.
Heaps.
Yeah.
And that's
an easier number to remember, and it's way bigger.
the balance is out of whack.
Yeah, it is. I got probably somewhere between 15 and 20 waves on the weekend when I went surfing on Saturday, which is for probably...
That's a good day.
Yeah, but it was small and it was easy. So there's not a hell of a lot of paddling. It was head high and fun. It was fucking rad. But you live somewhere where there's waves. If you live on the Goldie or Sunshine Coast or somewhere along the eastern seaboard of Australia, you can pretty much be guaranteed surf every single day.
Fuck, that's
every single day. Growing up in Mount Maunganui, you'll get fucking best case scenario, maybe a month worth of swell a year. That would be consistently good. The rest of it's just dog shit that you're scrapping in, which in itself is not bad either because you're still in the water, you're going through the motions, you're uncontactable, which is why I'm doing the wave park. I pick up 16 waves in a session every single time I go in an hour.
How many?
Condensed.
How many? Because I'm assuming you'll probably have one of the units or cabins or whatever's out there, serve a place to stay, and you go out there on a weeknight, get up early and go for a surf or whatever. How many do you reckon you'll be catching? What sort of an upgrade are we talking? Once that thing's done at the end of next year and whenever it's done, how many waves a year do you reckon you'll get?
Oh, in the fucking thousands.
So
in the thousands. And that's why, in terms of the benefits, I'm in a position at 43 years old where I can afford to pay the cost associated with it. And for me, the payment is insignificant to the amount that I get out of it. Like you can make, I mean, not that I wouldn't be able to afford it then, but you make it $1,000 a session, you can get it done. It's cheaper. It'll be cheaper for people to fly from like the UK to New Zealand and surf at the wave park than it would be to go to fucking Bali and stay. Like, because it's just, in terms of how many waves you get, the quality of waves, whatever it is, it will absolutely revolutionize the way that my body works, the way that my head works, and my ability to surf.
Now, I'm excited for you. It's kind of like if you're an alcoholic, but you're only allowed to have one jug of beer a week, and then you buy a brewery.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And like you said, it's when you because this is one of the hardest things. A lot of people don't understand it, and it's very similar for fishing. And you get the same sort of setup. Is that everything in fishing is like there are so many elements out of your control that need to come together on a certain date for it to happen. So when I first started dating girls that were predominantly had been dating footy players or soccer players or whatever it was, they'd be like, well, you've got training on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can play the game on Saturday. So I understand how this thing works. It's like, no, I might not have training or might not do anything for a week, and then I'll fuck off for 2 weeks and you won't see me. You won't hear from me, and you can't, you're condition reliant. It's not like you go, okay, cool, babe, I'm going to go for a surf after work on Tuesday and I'll be there from 5 until 7 and I'll be back for that. It's like, if there's waves, I fucking disappear and you become, like a widow.
Collateral damage.
Yeah. Well, that's the surfing widows is the thing, which is, once again, in order to keep the family unit together, you need a place at the wave park where the women can hang out. In my case, it's a bar for my wife, so she can sit there drinking piss. There's also going to be like spa facilities and a country club set up as well, so that you can drop your kids can be fucking around there as well.
There's so many, like everyone's got a hobby, right? And everyone gets cranky when they haven't done their hobby in a long time. Like there's so many like partners that'll be like, fuck off and go for a motorbike ride. You're grumpy.
That's one of the simplest ways. That's the only transitional thing that I got when I moved to the city. Riding a bike, because it's still, there's elements being forced through you. There's a mental acuity and the alertness that you have to have on a motorcycle. And you can also, you can just like surfing, you can cruise, or you can go like a fucking cut cat, and you can get sketchy, or you can push yourself, or you can just chill and enjoy the scenery.
Super exciting. Well, have they got a completion date? What are they working towards? End of next year?
No, we'll be testing the pool before the end of the year.
Fuck, I drove past the other day and it's just a hole in the ground.
Yeah, it goes in real quick. That part, as soon as the machine goes in, as soon as the data farms go up, they need to have the pool there so they can start cooling it down. So that's kind of all tied into that.
Sick.
Yeah, it's very exciting. And I'm looking forward to building this studio up there, so I have to fucking come in here.
Benny, would you surf or would you bodyboard?
Yeah, I surf.
You surf?
Yeah, I was a surf patroller for a while, and I'm not great, but I'm more of a longboarder. Yeah. Just a little 3 to 5
Does that excite you, all of that shit?
Oh, mate, I'm rock hard right now.
Yeah. If I just knock it with my pants, I'm going to go. But that's, we were even talking about, this is a real shit transition. But like in terms of surf safety, having there's going to be a nippers club there as well, because there is going to be, you can pump kids through on like an annualized basis where you control all of the elements of the ocean. Okay, cool, kids. We're going to put you out of the moat and it's just going to be little waves and you're going to get used to it. There's a big hissing rip which runs down the side of the machine, which happens just with the way that the water action goes in the pool anyway. And so they can learn how to get in and out of a rip. And then we can pump the fucking thing right up and put helmets on them and get them absolutely javelined into the ground.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I'm beyond pumped.
I reckon it'll be 6 minutes from my front door to get there.
No shit, it's that close, which is why when we put this studio set up or something similar to it there will be facilities there where I've got a fucking board locker. We'll sit there on the rooftop fucking doing the podcast, looking at waves going, we'll fucking knock this bad boy out and then we'll go into do the radio show from there, or record the radio show from there as well. If it's sunny, I'm fucking sitting in a windowless box.
Tell you what, 2027 looks like it's all coming up for Evie.
Exactly. This is what you call fucking planting trees, a shade of which I will now sit beneath.
Couple of fast-growing poplars over here.
Exactly.
Now, we've been running a bit of a competition too, because we found a little stash of our Not For Radio hats, which there's some behind Jay over there. We need to bring that stonker up that curb brought over from the two flogs as well. We'll get that hanging off the hat wall.
I'll get it in there for tomorrow's one.
Now, tomorrow's one's going to be the Navy SEAL.
Yes.
Who's just unreal. That's going to be a hell of an episode.
If you, like me, ever wanted to ask a Navy SEAL what it feels like to be the fucking toughest person in any room, his answer eclipsed anything I ever imagined.
There's so many. The whole interview, I was just like, pluck, that's a good bit. Pluck, that's a good bit. Like, he was just magic to speak to. Anyway, that's on the podcast tomorrow. Back to the hats. We found a secret stash of the Now Money Can't Buy Not For Radio hats. And there is some, I believe, in the country. So we are going to be restocking soon.
Yes.
I got a message yesterday or the day before, so that's good news. But in the meantime, if you'd like to win one of our Not For Radio hats, just send us a voice memo. You can find the link in the show notes. Click on the link tree there, and you'll see a button that says send us a yarn. If you go over 90 seconds, just do a part 2, and it will come through straight after.
There's heaps of people in the Sniper Elite that have been banging these through, and we've been flicking them out to people left, right, and centre. So thank you very much to everybody that sent them through to date.
Oh, I think this is one here. Here we go. And we're doing 2 today.
Okay.
Best gets the hat.
Oi, heard it smells like an arsehole over there.
Good start.
Wait, no, fucking the other type of ring, premiership ring.
Yes!
Up the waz.
Up the waz!
Masters from Melbourne here.
Give him a fucking hat.
I wrote in 12 months ago about fuck up of taking too many gummies while I'm at the in-laws in Amsterdam.
That's right.
And at the end of that yarn, I promised I'd tell you about the time I went urban skydiving in Radelaide. But before we get to that, I thought I'd clear up some confusion about my nickname, Mustard. You were both wrong. I was at a local footy club function. Sent a little too hard. Shut the fuck up, cat. I fell asleep on the bar at 11 p.m. or so. Woke up in the boys' house at maybe 9 a.m. there. And thought, what the fuck is that itch in my ear? Turns out, well, I was conked out. They'd unloaded a squeezy bottle of Master Foods Honey Dijon into both of my ear holes, and it had gone solid like semen and cement. And that's where the nickname Mustard comes from.
Wow.
Anyway, fuck you, Curb. Up to us.
Hang on, is part 2 going to be a skydive yarn? Or did he just not get to it?
That was it.
That was it. I reckon that's worthy of a hat. If you remember, because we talked it. We had his war story last year about having the edibles, and it was so fucking funny. I was in proper tears. Hectic as all
He did
fuck.
himself an absolute mischief on edibles.
Go and hunt your way back through the episodes and find it to give yourself that listening treat. But we said then, that was almost the catalyst for there needs to be a reward for something fucking greater than great.
Now,
maybe that's what the fucking hat is called, greater than great.
Can I just acknowledge, because I've been listening to I always listen to it, the Two Flogs podcast, there's heaps of you that are sending their, writing their messages as well.
Yeah.
And they're going, because that's my fucking name. And the fuck you Curve is Curve from the Two Flogs podcast. And whenever any of your listeners send a voice memo at the end, they go, fuck you, Gibbo. Yeah. It's just always fuck you. It's like a how are.
I don't know if I think I might have told Curb in the chat that we had with him, but when he was over for the Rock 2000 with his missus,
yes,
in Knuckles last year, did I say that on the pod? I did. Okay. You run back over that. Yeah, I just yelled "fuck you, Curb" at a stranger if you'd missed it.
They were horrified.
Yeah.
Hey up, fellas. Tristan from the UK here.
Hello,
just
mate.
listening to the Curb Part 1 episode on the poddy, and they're talking about the cat falling into the brew. I've got a similar story. It wasn't brewing though. So I grew up on a farm, bit like Jay, and the village I lived in, half of it was fed from a water tank up in the hill, and my dad was the farm manager at the time, and people started getting ill, and people were kind of like dropping like flies with the shits and blowing it out both ends, and no one could figure out what it was. And so when about the 30th person fell ill, my dad goes up to the water tank, and this is a ropey operation. This thing wasn't exactly the most robust hatch leading into it, and he lifted the lid of it, and before he even lifted the lid, he said he could fucking smell it, and he looked in, and there was a whole sheep floating around in there, and he tried to Try to pull it out, and there's just like bits of matted fur and fucking flesh and putrid maggots and all sorts of shit were falling out on it. And he fucking chunned it into the tank at the same time, just for good measure. And yeah, that's the story of how a sheep nearly wiped out a whole village. Keep up the good work, fellas. Up the wires.
Up the wires.
Fucking up the wire. Oh, fuck, give him a hat too. That was awesome. There's a standard. Fucking, let's reward it.
Oh, yeah.
That is great.
No arguments here.
Well, not to mention, he must see Sniper Elite because he was listening to the Curb one too. Fucking good on you.
Yeah, no, we'll get one over.
Fuck, that's grim, eh?
Isn't it amazing what you can throw at the human body and it puts up with, like, drinking a rotten animal? I thought there's going to be a human body on there. I was like, please don't say there's a fucking town was drinking a human.
A couple of backpackers had fallen in and fucking given up on the doggy paddle, ran out of back float skills, and fucked themselves up. That'd be grim. You know, famously, we talk about is it the Hotel Roosevelt in LA where there was a person that was murdered and they were put into the water tank on top of the thing, and same thing happened to them, and they basically went through everyone's water supply, and that's how they found them. Fucking grim.
Yeah, Canadian tourist Elisa Lamb was removed from a large cistern on the Stone Main Hotel downtown Los Angeles.
Stone Main, yeah. Grim.
Was it a serial killer? Did they find him, or was it the mafia or something? Getting in a greasy shower.
It was ruled an accident.
Yeah,
that seems fishy.
Yeah, but it was kind of one of those old school ones like Warner Brothers cartoons has a big water tank on top, and people often used to sit in them watching sunsets when they're fucking cooked.
I can see how that would happen then.
But grim. This friends of ours, Jules and Cam, have got this really elaborate water purification system on their house. Like, it costs them like.
Is it more gnarly than when I had my old house? UV light, 3-stage filter.
Might be that one.
And that's off that was off rainwater. It was the best fucking water I've ever had. It was so good.
Yeah, because there's like, I don't know, there's
a charcoal filter and then 2 like fibery fabric filters.
Yeah, there's something, because you want it to remineralize it as well. So it runs over like a board of like crushed shells or silica or some shit, which basically then brings the water back to life. Because you get different types of water. You get hard water and soft water, which is funnily enough.
What sort of water you reckon I'd be?
Hard water, I think's got fucking nothing in it. So that'd be me. Soft water's got the lot. But yeah, I same thing again. You know, when you taste water, I couldn't. These are things that if you never grew up on a farm, you just don't understand. Like, I remember buying milk and having it turn up, because we were on a dairy farm. Buying milk and it turning up in a container in the fridge. I was like, "Poor fuck, Dad's gonna hit the roof," and he fucking hit the roof. He's like, "We fucking produce."
So many farmers do that now.
Totally, I'd say almost the majority of them do. Easy tiger.
Who was that?
That was me. I have to show you that clip of fucking full Max Chooks. And then paying for meat. Fuck, that blew my mind. Obviously, you still pay for home kill when you get it butchered. Just got a call in from County's Custom Killing. They're fucking dressing up a big stag for me at the moment, which is fucking delicious. This thing's a whopper.
What, gives 180 kg of mince, is it?
Pretty much, yeah. Fucking, yeah.
Do you know one of the best burgers I've had was that venison patty, or the Wapiti burger?
Yeah.
From Burger Fuel. Jeez, that was unbelievable.
Delicious.
Try and replicate that.
Yeah, so Dog Tit's on this crazy-ass diet where he's basically just buffing venison mince, broccoli and kumara, and he
go on, because I've been in the gym for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and haven't lost a single piece of weight.
He'll be.
I reckon I'm averaging at the moment 550 floors on the steer machine a week.
Wow,
yeah,
that's impressive.
You're also averaging a dozen beers a day. So.
Yeah, but that's the same as what I was doing before. So by default, I should be going down.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can put this video up. But basically, my mate Dog Tit.
Come on, tell me more about this. I need to sort the food side of it. He's fucking living clean. Like he's all in. He's a hundy in or he's a hundy out, and he does not fucking muck around, this boy. But anyway, look at this. Look at the arms on him. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Looks like Popeye's dick.
Yeah. So that was...
That's so veiny.
Yeah, it's fucking cooked. Anyway, so I was showing Dodsy, and because
They didn't used to be like that.
nah, fuck no, he's even got veins in his head too, which makes it even funnier. And so he's big and
He
jacked
looks like
and
a
veiny.
squeezed testicle.
He does. So his arms are crazy. We'll put the video up in the show notes, or somehow I'll get it up there so you can check this motherfucker's arms out. Anyway, Dog Tit's got a fucking warhammer on him as well, which is about the same size as his arms and as veiny. And then he's got these little legs because he's a shorter bloke. So that all of his limbs, so his 5 fucking limbs, his cock, 2 arms, 2 legs, all the same size and veiny. So Dog Tit's called him the Cocktopus because he's got penis. He's got these veiny fucking arms, these veiny legs, and his fucking big dick. So, mate, Dodsy told me that, and we had a couple of bits of chalk, and fuck, we lost the day. Absolutely. The Cocktopus. So he's no longer going to be referred to as Dog Tit. He's going to be called the Cocktopus.
Fucking, he's finally lost his nickname, which is one of the worst going, and I think this is even worse again.
Oh, fuck, it was good.
Should have won a war story.
Wrap it up.
Oh, fuck. That is elite.
Snipers, reload. Another war story incoming. Eyes on target, scopes dialed in. Let's see who hits the mark.
G'day lads, Sandy here from the UK, and I have a funny story about one of my good mates. Let's call him 80, because
that's his fucking name.
That's his fucking name. 80 is a tall, gangly streak of piss who is quite ordinary looking, but has a sadistic streak a mile wide. When we were in our 30s, there was myself, 80, and another mate, Damo, the 3 amigos, just the 3 musketeers. We were inseparable growing up and getting into all sorts of stupid situations. Although the one I'm about to share is the mother of all stupid situations. We lived in a share house in a quiet town in southeast England, 3 northerners living in a quaint part of England. Every Wednesday we had a house meeting to air any grievances or any sort of household chores out. Usually after a few beers were consumed, as it was generally pretty amicable. The house was pretty tiny, so trying to fit a beanpole into a house made for hobbits is hard to do. This particular Wednesday, we sat around the table having a few beers, discussing the issues that had come up from the previous week. Then it's Damo's turn to speak, and he's looking pretty perturbed and is shooting dirty looks at me and 80. He composes himself and says, "Which one of you dirty fuckers keeps leaving me with one clean sock and the other one crispy with man yogurt, then balling the socks up as if they are clean?" At this point, I'm taking a chug on my beer, and as soon as he said his piece, I snorted and choked up on my beer at the same time, promptly redecorating the ceiling in the Hobbit house kitchen with a mixture of regurgitated beer and snot, looking like a bipedal Puff the Magic Dragon. Meanwhile, 80 is just sat looking at Damo with a smirk on his face, and a calm, matter-of-fact voice that says, "Oh, that would be me. You said something to me last week that pissed me off, so I've been perking off in all of your socks whilst you were asleep." Once again, I spew beer everywhere.
Fucking hell.
And at this point, I'm finding it hard to breathe. From that day to this, he is forever known as the sock wanker. And even had a patch on his biker's cut with that on it. I hope this tickles you as much as it does me all these years later. Have a good weekend up the wires.
Just while we're
Sock wanker!
as he rides past, sock wanker! I was having this conversation quite a while ago with a bunch of lads and talking about the logistics of the sock wank. And so, because I'm not a sock wanker.
You're not a sock wanker?
No, I was under the assumption that you would jam it over the end of your piece and blow into it. And the lads were like, "You fucking psychopath." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, you put it in your hand like a sock puppet chewing on your cock, and then you blow all over yourself.
A little button eye. Nom, 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 nom.
And then you wipe it up with a sock and you pull it over your hand so you don't get it. I was like, is that the fucking deal?
I don't think I've ever done that.
What have you done? The first
No, I'm
version?
not a sock wanker either.
Fucking bullshit. I can see it in your face. I can see you nodding as I was explaining the first one, and then you're like looking with disgust in the second one.
I was genuinely interested. I was like, there's a whole technique. I think there must be a boys' boarding school technique that gets shared around, maybe.
The fucking team grub. Benny, what is the actual answer?
I don't know. What the hell? Throwing me a real crusty sock over here, Jay.
I fucking thought the idea of a fucking sock puppet just like gummy gnawing on your cock.
Do the voice.
She thought Kermit the Frog was a hard-working puppet. Wait until you meet that sock puppet.
The next Toy Story is going to be lit. The crusty sock.
Now,
just having mutated human babies, like it's just full of fucking jizz and spits out these fucking sock human kids.
Now,
you better make sure you pick the right sock. You might knock it up.
Just to rein things back a little bit, Jay.
Yes.
New sponsor on board. Might I remind you? But I first want to tease tomorrow's episode.
One episode sponsorship. It's been a great, team.
Yeah, well, they knew what they were in for. So Andy Stumpf is the Navy SEAL we're getting on the show tomorrow. It's an amazing chat. We could have chatted to him all afternoon. From the age of 11, he decided he wanted to be a Navy SEAL. And basically went through the ranks. He gets shot by an AK-47. He's earned 5 Bronze Star medals. We congratulate him on the Purple Heart, then gets schooled on what it actually is.
Yeah.
Just means you didn't move out of the way fast enough and got injured in action. And also got a Joint Service Commendation Medal. Then he went on to do random shit like fly planes and break world records. And like he's just a mad dog,
Yeah. He literally is... I would say a Swiss Army knife, but an American Army knife. You know, like he is so multifaceted, and we are completely aware, and we often test this, and I've even said it to the guy that was sitting on the plane. He was British military, and I was like, are we leaning too much into this? Because this is all by default that we've become, Sniper's Nightmare was a nickname.
Picked the best nickname.
Yeah, and then it became, then obviously there's obviously military leanings to everything that we do, and having not served, we're very aware of the fact we don't want to be seen to be fucking... stealing some valor that we definitely haven't earned. But he was like, mate, it is so good because the reconnection with his group members, platoon members, whatever, his era, he was like, just because of that alone, we feel connected to it and we share it all around. So he's
that's
like,
nice.
Guys that he hasn't seen that he served with years and years and years ago are always firing it around. So we're forever aware, and we're always checking in with people that are military based and are in the armed forces, so that we're not taking the fucking piss, because we take it seriously.
Also, as well, if we're being completely honest, it is possibly one of the best places to go having a niff around for great content, because anybody in the armed forces,
fucking crook motherfuckers,
we just has the most gnarly stuff that happens to them. First responders will loop them in as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels good, I would imagine, to write those things out. It's like journaling.
Yeah.
Obviously, remove anything that's going to have defamation attached to it.
Hey up, this is Jane Dunc. I'm not for radio, and I tell thee, these lads are mustard. Up the wires, you little beauty.
Mustard.
That is great stuff.
So if you're thinking a new place, the legends at Classic Builders, they can sort you out a house and land package or a full design and build around how you actually live, not just one size fits all show home sort of a thing. Classic Builders, building dreams, creating futures.
I'm super stoked to have the Classic team on board. They are just a great bunch of humans, from the top management all the way down to the people swinging on site. It's great to have you with us. We really appreciate it.
Also, as well, we always talk about the podcast. Like, don't try and be an expert in everything. Like, having to sort out a new build house or and then all the things that go along with it. If you try and do all of that yourself and be a project manager, it's like, mate, you've got your own life. Let experts go and crush it. It's like why we pay accountants or whatever, and we can't all try and be the best at everything, because what you'll end up doing is like a half shit job of everything.
Yeah, they've got the slickest people from start to finish in terms of designing and consent. They've got land and house packages available, and then you just go and tailor it up and tinker it up to get exactly what you want.
So right across the country, you can check them out. If you are in New Zealand, once again, thank you very much for your support. Like we say, it's a huge episode tomorrow. Very much looking forward to it. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Go well, go long.
And up the wires.
Up the wires.
Tá tú a géisteacht le Jay agus Dunc agus níl sé seo done radio. Sus na was.